Greetings, everyone. Desire everyone is doing well today. Whenever you decide to come to this message, it is still timeless. The energy that you can be actually coming to or stepping into. Okay, if you come next year or however that may be, this message will still apply for your stage or your process, your cycle and where you may be. Okay. I am Christel, the Earthened Hollow. Once again, welcome. Thank you for stopping by Christel's Holistic Studios. Okay, this is a new candle, so I just want to kind of clear the energy out from any manufacturers or any, producers and things of that, and the shipping and all of that stuff. Clear all of that energy out, so that way it can actually become your energy and what you want it to be. And then I'm going to take some Palo Santo, that's some white sage. I usually be in the house, so I use another candle to clean and clear, but there's not really much smoke. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take some of my hand spray. I'm going to spray the inside. Then I'm just going to kind of wipe that out. I got some in my nails, y'all. But yeah, so it's been a lot going on, everybody. How about for you? It's been a lot going on. It's a lot of previous consents that we have given over lifetimes and of our ancestors, and and even previous consent within this life and in this body, that a lot of us are being reflected or being looked at or being brought around to being brought back to the beginning of the track, that starting point. So whatever information you might have missed, you're going to go back. You're in that part where you're back at it. Some of you are just coming into this awareness, of this particular thing, previous consent. So it's like you're coming, or you have to come into it. However, it's been a lot of mandated exorcisms, that has been showing up as ascension symptoms, through our physical bodies experience. A lot of people have been startled through the energy as well, because the body's feeling the spiritual effects of this purging, this eradication, this elimination. And a lot of people are going and consulting the doctors, and the doctors, are truly not able, to find anything wrong with the individual, right? So, and that's because this is a spiritual thing that is happening with the different information codes and different awakenings and things of that nature that are taking place currently. This is just what it is. So for those of you, that's already here and awoken and things like that, it's really important for you to not panic. Do not panic when that energy comes towards you. It can come in so many different ways, okay? You can feel like you're having a heart attack, okay? You can constantly have your hip feeling like it's being dislocated. You can be having vomiting, severe chronic migraines or headaches. You can be feeling like you're pregnant. There's so many different things. You can feel pin needles, and there's so many different things that this can actually appear, irritable bowel syndrome, it's many things, thyroid issues, but these are all indicators within our body, and, what chakras are signaling to us what's out of alignment, what needs to be brought and put into alignment, okay? So I do have my incense and everything else around me at this time, because my intention was to come to do a collective energy read just to see what wants to come out on the table. I do know that I'm not up to date. I have a lot more things going on. I already feel the energies through my experiences of me witnessing and being present. So I don't know what it is as far as within astrology. I just know the energy from what I pick up and what I'm going through. So I'm not doing my research on that, y'all, okay? But I do know that we are approaching a full moon. And I do know that we are in is it a total solar eclipse or is it a total lunar eclipse? Something like that. Anywho, I'm out of the loop on that part, okay, for statistics and facts. However, I do know that Mars and Mercury energy has been very potent as well in this process of previous consents and things that of our desires and things of our intentions, all of that is in this energy. But I do not know what's going to come out here on the thing, or I kind of feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of crossed between the cards. It's the evening here, the sun is setting. I kind of want to get comfortable with just communicating. Yeah, I have my sweater because the 1 minute it gets humid, then the next minute it's breezy. So I said, you know what, let me grab a sweater just in case, because I'm not for it. I'm not trying to get caught up. I don't know, it's just so much. It's so much that I have to share and things, but what are you doing with that? You putting it on the lawnmower? Yeah. Where's the black sheet that goes over it? Messed up how? False flaws, hiccups, and all. What? That's a small thing. That thing should still fit over there, that you don't have to mess up no house sheet now. That house sheet can go over this thing. Talking about old. I got your old. Anywho. I don't know. That might melt that plastic. I don't know. Nylon, whatever the hell. Kind of want to sit it right there. Supreme Creative Source, Ancient of the Ancient Ancestors, and the higher realms of our greatest good. What is it that we, the collective, need to see and know at this time in regards to the beginning message? They say relax. That is one thing that I'm hearing. Relax, collective. Taking things too seriously. Not taking the moment to stop. Not taking the moment to stop and ask. So it's almost like you're feeding into the same bull crap. The old same consents. Instead of working on trying to close out the contracts. And the way that you come to work and pay off the contracts, to work out the contracts, is that when you find yourself in your normal emotion of response or reaction, more so reaction, and you're not stepping within yourself and breathing to be still in that moment of silence and presence to say, what is this reflection showing me? What is here at this time that I need to learn? What here is of my greatest good? What is here that I need to see that is going to help liberate me from the things that we feel inside of ourselves? Whether it's overwhelmed, frustrated, isolated, depressed, oppressed, however, suicidal, it doesn't matter, okay? So it's important, it's important to really take those moments of stillness and silence. Yeah, the 5 of crystals, which is the 5 of swords. She has all of the swords. You're consuming all of the swords, all of the mental energy, okay? And it's like they look like they're in anguish, right? Because it's like, uh-oh, she got all of the information. It's like they're saying, uh-oh, she has all of the information, right? All the contracts, mental contracts, spiritual written contracts that are unseen. Crystals, this is representing the swords. So the swords is the element of air, okay? And they're like, oh shit, she got all the information. We don't know. And look at the face. It's looking a little, mischievous. You know what I'm saying? She looks a little mischievous in her eyes, like she's up to something with that information, And it's like, yeah, that's what that's saying. That's how that looks to me. Come on, mosquito. Yeah, they still going. Somebody got me. See, I'm gonna have to put my sweater on. Somebody got me. At least my sweater too helps to put a barrier between me and this thing. But yeah. Look. Ooh. Chill. It's something about the disappointment and the emotions. Supreme, what else do we need to see with this 5 of crystals? The Tower. The consciousness, your mindset. It's important to pay attention to your mindset, your conscious mindset. Damn, that mosquito got me. Hold on, y'all. Damn, it's the mindset. It's like there's some people around that are concerned. I'm going to say this. There's some people that are around you that are concerned because of some of the information or behavior patterns. But with this Tower coming out and the fastest night in the deck coming out, this is like hasty decisions, that's the reactions in one's emotions that's leading you to the choices and decisions that you're making. So it's like this Tower of events that keep taking place for some of you. It's like it's trying to shift you or get your attention so that you can actually slow down, with this piece of information or this piece of emotional distress I'm hearing, that is old. It's an old way of being, an old way of feeling, an old way of thinking. This is immature emotions, immature mental spaces. I'm seeing a moment when the mental mind is mature, and then the emotions is being immature, and then it causes conflict or confusion within the state of your being. So it's like there's a need for someone here for fire, to help evaporate, disintegrate some of the emotions, the water that you may be experiencing if they're tumultuous emotions. But it's there to stimulate your mind, to look at the information that you hold and house within yourself. And what are you going to do to bring the tower down, to change your programming in your mind, and how the mind controls the body's emotional reactions. And then I heard something about emergency response. I would like one more after this tower. What's after this tower, Supreme? Ooh. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, hell no. That's a lot. 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups, people, Hermit, King of Swords as well. Like, they said, let's address this concern. Yeah. The illusion, the mind, the change. This is, yes, there's many options, but this is with the illusion, delusionment. You know, it's like I'm getting the Peter Pan type of thing, or Scooby-Doo, or being in the enchanted, you know, like this place, fairy place, enchanted place, magical, and there's certain foods that you go and eat, and it keeps you in this lucid loop over and over again. That's where this kind of feels with this energy here. But it's like some of you are actually wanting to be free, because there's a sense of surrender here. Look at her hand gesture. There's a sense of wanting to be free, you know. It's almost like you want destiny to choose it for you or do it for you. So maybe some of you think that, you know, maybe, well, maybe some of you work with crystals and you think crystals is the only thing that you have to do, you know, to raise your vibrations and to raise your consciousness, to change your reactive emotions into spiritual wisdom, or, you know what I'm saying, emotional wisdom, you know. So there's something more to it. If crystals, one thing just don't fix it, okay? Those things do not fix it. You're the one that has to fix it. Those are just tools to help aid us, using herbs and things like that, or my bendies and things like that, is the aid in the vibration, you know, and as well as in protecting the self as well. It's almost like some of you may be feeling vulnerable around people on the outside of you, and then maybe some of you may be actually making other people feel vulnerable, unappreciated. There's a Virgo energy of being very self-critical or very critical, extreme to others. Don't want my videos to be long. Not until, you know, I really want my channel to grow. I'm waiting for that to happen. And I don't really want long videos. But there's so much in this energy. And maybe this is, I don't know, someone let me know, whoever may come across this at this time of the babiness of my, you know, my beginners with me in starting this out so far with the 13, about making these extended, you know, these moments of collective, doing them, having an extended link that you can actually go and access. Because there's so much in this, you know, there's so much in this that I can really delve and go into. But I kind of feel like that this is not the place, nor the space, nor the time to go into this type of subconscious space realm. But right now, it just really seems that a lot of the collective really need to reevaluate the thoughts that you're holding, the thoughts that you're feeding yourself. You may be standing, but what's left inside? Did you burn it all? Because of the thoughts, you know, the thoughts that's fueling inside of your body and your tower because of the waters and the air is just raging. There's a need for self-containment, self-control, and self-deprogramming. Let's get a concluding message from the animals. The Mysterious Animals Oracle deck. Supreme, what do they need at this time? What is the animal spirit? There's dreams haunting someone. Those dreams are contact clues for you to look at how they make you feel. What are the emotions that you feel upon waking? There's the whale and the turtle, water, emotions. The enchanted whale's depth and the enigmatic sea turtle. Look, hooked on phonics do not always work for me, okay? Dive into deep emotions and experiences. Explore your inner self and understand your true feelings. This emotional depth will enhance your self-awareness and personal growth. Okay, the Earthened Hollow, Christel, Mama Soul Lily. Okay, what did we say? Take a steady and deliberate approach. Avoid rushing through tasks. Stillness. Going within to be silent. To ask those questions within yourself and how this situation applies to me for my greatest good, my growth, my healing, my releasing of these emotional bags through old experiences that are no longer serving. Avoid rushing through tasks or decisions. Instead, focus on making consistent progress with careful planning and patience. I do say, if you made it this far, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Even if it's an emoji, hit that bell notification so you know when I upload. And until next time, my beautiful souls, let's work on the information and the data that you are holding so that the divine does not have to come in and intervene and keep having these unfortunate events to keep transpiring in your life. And until next time, be gentle.